Hey, what's up everyone? Aubrey Trades here, and today I want to talk about some trading hacks that you can use to avoid taking huge losses. Now, maybe you're one of those people that kind of has a strategy, kind of has a bit of a system. You're able to make money, right? You might have a streak going for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, little consistent wins, maybe the occasional pullback, but steadily increasing equity curve. And then all of a sudden in one day or something, you might just completely erase an entire week's worth of progress or an entire month's worth of progress, or worse. What could possibly have happened, and how can we avoid this type of stuff? I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm going through a little bit of that myself right now, in the spirit of transparency, because I show everything in this channel. You can see I have a bit of a thing going. If you follow this channel, I've pivoted into a SPY options trading strategy now that VIX has been elevated, right? A lot of volatility in the market. Small caps aren't really working that well, and it's been good. We had a nice 10-day streak going or so. Made about $2,000 in the span of 2 weeks, which is amazing. And then all of a sudden Friday comes, and I just tear up half of it. Just buzzsaw. Like, how could I be so foolish, right? So for me, and almost every time we go back, let's go to this 90-day graph here. All of these big dips right here, right here, right here, these are all a result of me getting overconfident and sizing up too much. All of a sudden you get reps in, you start feeling good about yourself, right? I always talk about playing with $5, $10 risk, right, on some of these listed stocks. And I might have a nice streak going, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, here's a low floater, it's gapping up, it looks like it's gonna halt. I need to go in right now for like 1,000 shares, right? Exponentially larger size than I usually do. $5, $10 risk. The way I play it, where I set my stop to low of day or some obvious key level that might be 50 cents away, means I'm only ever trading 25, 50. If I get it tight, 10 cent risk or whatever, I might be closer to 75, 100 shares or whatever. But the point is, the risk, the position sizing is so exponentially large that all of a sudden I give one opportunity such control, such an ability to alter my account equity, good or bad, right? Now, sometimes what happens is you just feel so confident in that moment, right? I mean, you've built up confident from a string of good days, but you start thinking that it's you. I'm doing this. It's not the system. It's not the system that's just working, right? It's me. So you're absolutely sure. I'm absolutely sure that this one trade is going to work, right? And that's why you go so large, because you can't possibly lose, right? But what happens is, all of a sudden, because you didn't predefine your risk, because you're so exponentially larger than usual, you have difficulty handling the emotions. If I'm in a trade like that and all of a sudden, it's not going my way immediately and it grinds back against me for 5-10 cents, you go from complete euphoria, elation, because you're about to make a killing, to sheer, utter terror, shock. And worse, if you have P&L flashing on the screen, and all of a sudden you're seeing these numbers fluctuate like in much bigger swings than you're used to. $5-10 risk, I already know that my swing is going to go up to $10, right? So I'm okay with it. But if I just threw half my account in a trade because I was sure it was going to work, and all of a sudden I'm down 250, I'm down 350, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what's happening? How could I have made this mistake? The market is out to get me, right? Well, no, right? I'm just having a bad time managing this trade, and now I'm stuck, right? Usually what happens too is your entry's not great. Maybe you're chasing a breakout or something, and you gotta now sit because you're in consolidation, and you're like, oh no. So that's the sort of stuff that tends to get me, maybe that gets you too. And it's just all about the consistency in the bet sizes, right? We got to be thinking, instead of a poker player or instead of the gambler, we got to be the house. We got to be the casino, right? It's not about any hand. It's not about any trade. It's about a series of trades over time. It's about, this is my pattern. This checks all the boxes of, do I take this trade? Do I not take this trade? But the outcome is random. If it has a 70% win rate, there's a 30% chance it's not going to work. Or if it has a 60% win rate, there's a 40% chance it's not going to work. You got to be able to accept that. And if you are in that position where you're throwing all this money, when you just forget about the risk because you're certain, right? This one trade is going to help. That just completely ruins the entire point of the system, because the system performs over time, over a sample size, over a series of trades. And so that's going to be the thing that I pay attention to moving forward throughout February. I'm just going to forget trying to size up. Now, is there a time where it makes sense to size up? Yeah. There is a skill, especially just like there is in poker, there is a skill, an art to knowing when to increase your bets. But as a newer trader, right, I haven't even been doing this for a whole year yet. Why should I have any business thinking, oh, this is a great time to size up? I just gotta prove consistency for myself. And, am I up on the month, on the year still? Yeah. Is that something to be proud of? Yeah, because if you follow this channel, you've known that the last 10 months really been sucking. I've done nothing but bleed the account as I've been trying to figure this out and learn and share with you guys everything that I've been learning along the way. But I keep wanting to see the results too quickly. I want that exponential account growth. I want that huge, but it just, I gotta stop thinking about that. I gotta just let these things work, right? I gotta be able to eliminate days like these and be okay with just letting this system, all of this good stuff right here, that's just me doing 1 to 2 contracts per trade on the option strategy, right? What happened on this day? So if I pull up Thinkorswim, we can see I started out the day, pretty normal day, right? Chart read bearish after the sell-off. Same thing. I wait first. I try to wait out the first few minutes, let the trend define itself. Got to put into this pullback, sold, took out the last one on this reversal, and then when we kind of faded back, I didn't grab this. This would have been a smart fade to grab, but I grabbed the fade here at the support line like an idiot, chasing for a breakdown. Because if we go to this 10-minute chart, boom, we can see this was a nice pivot area. It was a pivot area here on Monday. It was a nice area here, here, and here. So I thought we were going to break down. We could at least re-see the 426s, potentially down as low as the 420s from Monday's massive sell-off. But alas, we didn't get it, and I sized up for this. I got 4 contracts. Could have been worse, could have taken 10 contracts or 20 contracts and put my entire account on this move. So I guess there's something to be said for that, but I didn't get out when I needed to. I didn't get out as quickly as I needed to. I would have wanted this to break down immediately. And I even had this moment here to get out when I'm like, oh, okay, it's looking like a double bottom, whatever. I gave it a couple extra minutes and I ended up getting out here for an L. And what's worse, I then tried to like get back. Right? I flipped into a call here for an opening range break, sold for a loss. Another 4 contract position. Tried again, loss. Tried for a put, sold, went for a call, got this one. That was nice. Tried for a put, loss. 4 contract trades. Because I was like, I'm just going to keep doing 4 one of these will work, and then I'll make up all the losses. No, don't do that. I should have known after this, like, that was the move. That was the good opportunity. And all of a sudden, I should have known immediately to go back to 1 to 2. 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. But I wouldn't be made a fool of by the market, right? I was going to get it. And what ended up happening is I took a nasty big old chop. That's what I ended up getting. A big old chop and give back half my gains. So that's going to be a lesson in consistent position sizing. And my goal for February is going to be only 1 to 2 contract trades using this SPY strategy for as long as it's valid, right? VIX drops underneath 15 again, then you gotta change it up. Gotta go back to small caps. There have been a couple of runners though, so maybe it's heating back up a little bit. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. I'm just gonna keep focusing on this. 1 to 2 contracts. I gotta prove to myself that I can keep the system going consistently. I gotta earn the right to size into the bigger opportunities, in my opinion. So that's it. So the big takeaway is, like, keep your bet sizes the same. You gotta be the casino. Don't be the gambler. Be the house. Don't be the poker player, right? You have that ability. If you have a strategy, you have something that has edge, just your responsibility is just to take every single occurrence of that edge. Doesn't mean the edge is gonna work every time. That pattern, that system doesn't give you an edge in that one specific trade. It gives you an edge over time, over a series of trades, over a sample size. So that, my friends, is something that I think is going to be very crucial to achieving that consistency that we all strive for. If you got value out of this video, please hit the like button. Helps grow the show. Consider subscribing and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what other types of content you want to see from this channel.